Howdy y'all, Fast Force 289. Welcome back. Tonight what we're going to be doing is installing some new carpet I got from my 1968 Ford Fairlane. I got it from it's ACC carpet brand, and it's molded with the mass backing, so it's upgraded from your traditional regular carpet that came in these cars. You can still get that. It looks original. It's got the loop style, what they call it. It's loop style, so it looks original, but the underside is like a rubber backing instead of that just traditional carpet, with insulation. It's got a rubber backing with the insulation. It's thicker, so it's a better sound deadener, and also keep the heat out as well. It's better insulator and sound deadener, but it's molded to the floor. You can order it for fastbacks and coupes, which is the same. You got station wagons. You got, I guess convertibles might be. I think the convertibles are different for some reason. But you can also get it for column shift, automatic, or manual. So I ordered mine for the manual, obviously. And it's molded to the floor to fit perfectly. So you may have to trim some. We'll jump into it. We'll see if we have to trim any. So let's take a look at what we got and get into it. All right, so that's what we got. Like I said, auto custom carpets. See, you got the insulation on the back, but it's also that rubberized backing. So it'd be a nice sound deadener. And here's a look at the carpet. It's got a real nice look. It's got that original extra to it on look. And yeah, this is the back half here, so you can tell because this is where the front and the back will meet. And that goes underneath the back seat, so perfect. And it's molded to fit the side and everything, so that's good. All right, so the first thing we got to do is we got to remove the seats. I'm not going to bore you with me removing them. For whatever car, for the Fairlane, you got 4 bolts. If you got bucket seats, you got 4 bolts on each seat, or 4 nuts, really, underneath the car. Same thing for a Mustang. If you got a bench seat, you got 4 bolts total, obviously, for both sides. So I'm going to pull these out, and then we'll jump back into it. All right, so just in case you don't know how to remove the rear seat on one of these cars, it's the same for Fairlane, Mustang, Falcon, probably pretty much any Ford product, maybe even Chevy too, I don't know, but all the 60s Fords, even into the 70s, all the rear seats are moved the same way in a car. Simply, the bottom part, just if you push in a little bit and up, it slides right out. Simple as that. Now, we don't need to remove the back rest part for the carpet install, but if you want to remove it, usually there's 2 bolts. You'll have one down here and one over there, and then it just picks straight up and it'll come out. But we don't need to worry about that for the carpet install. All right, so real quick tool list that you're going to need when you're doing carpet. It could vary from car to car, but basically this is what you'll need. On the old Fords 60s, your seat belt mounts will be a 13/16. So you're going to need a 13/16 socket to remove the seat belts in your car. To remove the seats, they're usually a 1/2 inch from underneath the car holding them in. You're going to need a razor blade to trim the carpet in certain areas that may need trimming, like the shifter hole, for instance. You're going to need a Phillips to remove any inside trim, like your sill plates, kick panels, stuff like that. You need some kind of a dowel or pick to find holes for like your seat bolts or seat belt bolts or stuff like that to puncture through. To find that, you can use a razor blade to cut out, or if you have one, a soldering iron. This works great because it'll heat up, and you can take this and poke through the carpet. When you find the hole, you take this and burn through the carpet, and that way it leaves a nice clean hole, and you can put your bolt in. So it works great. If you don't have one, I suggest getting one. That makes the job easier. You don't have to have it, but it does make it easier. All right, next we need to remove our sill plate. Take our Phillips screwdriver and remove the screws. Then we can remove our kick panel. All right, now we can go through and remove the seat belts. It's also the same process for these. The bolt is underneath here. Take that out and these come right out. Do that for both sides, and then we can move on to the next step. All right, next you got these 2 screws here. You got to pull this little trim piece here off. And usually there's like a piece of weather stripping sort of here. Mine's missing sort of, so yeah, you usually have to pull that off too, but in this case I ain't gonna worry about it. But you need to pull them 2 screws out, then you pull this there off. Also, if you got a floor shifter, obviously you need to remove your boot or bezel or whatever you got. If you got automatic, manual, whatever it is, remove what you need to for this, and then we move on to the next step of removing the carpet. All right, once you got everything removed, now we can pull the carpet out. All right, so we got the carpet removed, and now's your time when you're this far along to go through and take a look. Like, this is factory seam sealer and stuff. I'm not gonna worry too much about this. I'll leave it. Same thing for this. This is all factory seam sealer. Obviously it's breaking up, but I'll leave what I can. I'll take off the loose pieces and leave what I can, which don't look like much, but yeah, we'll vacuum all this out and clean it up. And that's, you want to go through, you want to clean all this, vacuum it, get out any dirt and debris and whatnot out that could be in here. And also, if your floor pans are good, obviously mine's not. I mean, they're not the worst I've ever seen, but they're not good. The back ones are pretty solid. This one does have some rust. Not a real big deal, honestly, right now. I ain't gonna worry too much about it because I am gonna repair this floor in the future. You might want to go through and wire brush sand any surface rust areas and put some paint on it. I'm not too worried about this. I'm gonna touch a couple places up just so it's touched up, but I'm not gonna put a lot of time into this one because I'm probably gonna end up cutting most of this floor out in the future. Cause yeah, I gotta fix my transmission tunnel there area when I do it, and the floorboards and back here and all that. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time doing it, but I am gonna clean it up some. But this is your time. Go through, vacuum it really good, make sure you get all the dirt and off, and clean it up before you put the new carpet in. So I'm gonna get this one cleaned up. We'll be back. All right, so I went through and wire brushed a few areas. I got a little bit heavy-handed there. You see the runs in it, but ain't no big deal. None of this has to be pretty because it's going to be covered up, but I did go through and put some paint on areas that I thought may have needed it, you know, for now. So now we're ready to install the carpet. From the looks of it, this is the first Fairlane I've ever done. It looks like you install the front section first and then the back. Whereas on like a Mustang, for instance, which is what I've installed carpet on before, you install the back first, then the front. So the front overlaps. But if you look at this, this is the front. You can tell because of this, that was put them on the driver's side. It's rough cut here, and it's rough cut at the back. But if you look at the back section of carpet, one side is rough cut, but then the other end has this like banner on it. So that would overlap the front. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're installing and watch out for that. All right, just real quick to show you why I say it's good to have a soldering iron for making holes in your carpet. Look at that. See that perfect hole? And the good thing is it like cauterizes it to where the carpet doesn't split and stuff like that. But this is perfect. All you gotta do is get your soldering iron good and hot, and you can see how it just goes right through here, no problem. Do that, and you got a perfect hole. It's a little smoky, but because it's burning the rubber. But you can do this for that mass backing like I got, or even regular carpet. If you need to make the hole a little bigger, you can just go around the hole like this. Open up to however big of a hole you need. Obviously, that's not real clean. I was doing it real quick for demonstration purposes, but you can see, you get the idea of what I'm talking about. And it works really well. All right, so you want to find your hole and put like a pick or an awl or something in here to tell you where the hole is going to be for like your seatbelt, for instance. Don't do what I did and poke your finger with it, because I put my hand underneath here and that slipped through a little bit quicker than I thought it would. But be careful. Don't poke yourself. Don't cut yourself. But you want to find the hole, poke it. And then what you want to do is you can just take this. And you get ready to, once you find where the hole is, you take this and go right there where the iron is. And it'll go right on through there, just like that. And now you got a perfect hole. Alrighty, guys, we are done. Check this out. This looks good. This carpet is nice. Got a little bit of dirt. I've been driving it today. I probably need to vacuum it out now, but anyway, but the carpet looks good. I need to get some of these seal plates. These are all dull and dingy, beat up, bent, and everything. I'll get some in the future. But it feels good, looks good, looks like the original. I like how it fits. And it's got that original like rubber piece built into it. So that's nice if you don't have floor mats. It's kind of like got a built-in floor mat to a point. I put these in for extra protection. I also like how it's made to fit around the shifter bezel, I guess you'd say, or the tunnel, shifter tunnel. And yeah, it looks really good. I like the way it turned out. Alrighty, guys, well, that's it. We're done. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can and try to help out in any way that I can. And let me know what you think. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching. If you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing. And yeah, that's all there is to it. It just takes a little bit of time. It took me, I started out late at night and finished it the next day. So a better part of a day. Give yourself some time to do it. But that's it. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care. See you in the next one.